Hello there, everybody. Alright, thanks, sporting. Welcome to my match with Nasmith here for season 44 of the Dominion League. This is only my third match of the season, so we're gonna get to play quite a number of them here in the next few days. Next 3 days I've got a match, so or counting this day as well. Anyway, okay, so there's stuff to do here for sure. I don't know how much. I suppose it's mainly display stuff. I guess at some point you have some problem. I mean, I guess I'm mostly considering whether there's whether the Fiatum conquest shenanigans are worth it. And it feels maybe like the answer to that is no. That you can just do multiple displaced plays and go through the provinces fairly effectively that way. At least that's my read of it, just looking at it. So you probably open Hideout Silver. You could open like Bard, I guess. So the conquest stuff could, I guess the thing is you can't really do multiple conquests, so there's a limit to how big it is. Now it doesn't mean there's not some point where you might think about doing conquest. I think that's possible, but cash also looks like a possible gain. Sounds weird, but it's, I mean, it'll be a long time before you would consider that, so it could definitely just be a big no on that. This is all right-ish. Question here, do we go for the second hideout? Or do we go for a Bard? We do need to hit 5 somehow. This is of course not super exciting. Now the menagerie could have been in this hand. Now that would have been exciting. This is all fairly okay. So far anyway. Okay, this is nice. I mean, I'm certainly gonna do it. The question is it second highway or not, sorry, highway, second hideout or menagerie? It's probably second hideout. There's still some trashing that can be done. Okay, so we didn't hit here, which is not shocking by any stretch. And we could still hit on certain draws, but I guess you could go for Fiatum. Go for Fiatum in and of itself, which sounds a little odd, but you could. exile the fiatum and then exile the silvers into stuff, and there's some stuff you can do. We could cemetery here. I don't know if we need to though, given the number of hideouts. This is a bit weird to me. We could even consider going like Forum Patrician. Is not like that crazy. Or Displace Patrician even. So the bar's in this next hand. This is probably a bit greedy. It's not great to not have another menagerie in the shuffle, actually. That's probably not right. Those were probably not the gains. But it's done now, so they're not like, they're not unplayably bad gains. They're just probably not the gains. They're moving, for sure. This was a great turn for them, just largely off the boon. I mean, they may have had a good hand regardless, but it's a very friendly boon as far as cycling goes here. They might take a cemetery. With this hand size anyway. I don't know if they have another action. No, I have both the patricians. I don't think they have another action, so I don't think there's a ghost activation here. But you know, that's okay. You don't have to do that. How many swords does Fiatum give? 3. Okay, they did go with the cemetery. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Buys a forum. Also seems pretty reasonable. There's some pretty good potential top decks I could hit here. So the question now is, do I need a menagerie? I guess we probably trash that copper. I mean, we could have. I mean, okay. The gold isn't that bad. Not that good, but it's not that bad. This is so weird. This is probably wrong. I'm feeling really confident about my Dominion play this game. I mean, I think the stuff I'm doing is fine. It's maybe not clean as it could be. I'm gonna have time to get some menageries. You don't need a million. They're not gonna empty. I mean, they're not gonna empty in a blink. I'm gonna get to play Displace on it in a state this turn and get one. So. Or okay as far as that's concerned. I mean, maybe we just start doing the province gold stuff just back and forth. I don't know how quickly they can spin up something that gains a million things or not. Not really sure. Are you gonna get a ghost here? I suppose they'll probably draw the ghost, and they'll get to. So not a good boon there. They get a gain a whatever, menagerie or whatever it is. They get the second displace now. They may not. The real nightmare shuffle, which was possible, was to have the both the displaces in this top of this hand. They hit the menagerie, so that's probably what they want. I mean, I mean, depends, but probably it's what they want. So last card is, I don't know. Should I try to get menagerie into the shuffle? Probably. Okay. We didn't get a whatchamacallit. A ghost yet, but you know, it's just the way it goes. So we should play the displace first, I'm pretty sure. I guess we could have gotten it. We didn't. There was some world where we could have gotten it. I have a bunch of so they're putting a third displace, which they can play this turn, but not really the next turn, unless they get a hideout, which they can do. I don't know how easy it is for them to play it, but they can do it. Certainly do it. I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need something on top. Or this turn becomes fairly sad. Which there are, I think, 3 menageries in the deck now and a forum. So they're, you know, they just need to be in the top 2. So they're hits to make for sure. I'm dying. It's just how it goes. So maybe defeat him conquest stuff. I'm just gonna keep saying that you could do it, which will continue to be true. Why does nasmith have so many points? Thinks he's better than me? Exile and green cards? Fine. They get a cash, so they're all about that cash life now. They didn't add a hideout, so they still can't play all of the still cannot play all of the whatever's yet. But like, you know, it can at some point. They could gain. I mean, hopefully their hand is, you know, 2 displaces in like a menagerie and not a forum right off the bat. That would be the ideal thing. I'm trying to think through what I can do here because there's quite a bit. Which is always, you know, a good problem to have, though somewhat annoying at times problem to have. So I'm almost thinking about just going for the green right now. Though it's a little bit scary. I didn't draw the goal yet, which is what I needed to do that. Guess this is fine anyway. So now I'm trying to think. Which of the two to toss? Guess that's probably the bard. Okay. Okay. How bad is it to unveil the emporiums? Is it really bad at all? I could go for the displace, which also is probably not really what I want to hit. What happens? So they get they don't have their ghost down either. I think this turn could be quite awkward for nasmith potentially. It seems weird, right? You probably take the free patrician most of the time, right? But I didn't do it, so what's up with me? I could have bought a copper. It's not completely insane. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, this was pretty good. I mean, if depends on what the ghost hits. Fairly likely to hit like a forum. His hideout. That's probably not what you want. So, like, I can double is okay, right? I assume double is pretty safe. Okay. It would be good to set up some stuff if we can. So maybe we just need to draw through it. Still have I mean, this is probably just going to draw another patrician, in all honesty. Which isn't the biggest deal. The question is there a chance for me to set up? I would like to buy a province. But, you know. I don't really know what gives me the best. So now there's a menagerie on top. I mean, that's pretty good, right? I don't think they can do 4. Well, that seems pretty unlikely anyway. I don't have a lot of stuff. They do have more displaces. I almost feel like they needed to figure out a way to like score differently here. Maybe use conquest, which they can still. That's a nice, probably a very nice boon for a nasmith. I can double, I cannot triple. If they can, yeah, the one I was gonna say, if they could get Fiatum and double conquest, that would be kind of nice. I'm not sure if double plus whatever I buy, cemetery or whatever it is, We'll do exactly what I want. I could buy... No, I don't really have the money for that. We'll just have to count. I mean... I'm just confused. I have 2 golds, right? Yeah, I mean, I can just win. I mean, if I draw. Doesn't seem especially hard to succeed at. So there are a couple failure modes. I mean, this is not going to be one of them, but I felt like there was enough kind of other things to do there that he didn't have to lower and hold for dud. That did not feel correct to me. I understand he was in a hard position, but I don't think he had to do that. He also, I guess he couldn't have known for sure. I think he could have known I top deck Menagerie. Not sure. Maybe not. He could have been suspicious of it though, for sure. I don't know what I played. I guess it could have still been like the hideout on top. Okay, I guess I'm gonna either buy Anna or, well, they're nice 5s to choose from. For sure. I mean, probably Anna. This is pretty interesting board. Probably the attack's worth doing Anna. I mean, obviously, like trading post and counterfeit. I mean, trading post or counterfeit, but both of those would be pretty nice opens as well. Maybe I don't get. Maybe he'll take the choice away from me because he has the 5-2 or the 2-5 himself, and he just is going to get Anna for himself. But we'll see. I don't know. So like you can do quite a bit of sheepdog stuff here, though there's some awkwardness, I guess. I mean, it's basically you can do like grave robber stuff. So they bind an expedition to try and get to 5, which seems totally reasonable on this board to me. So I probably won't have Anna as an option. Okay, they go with counterfeit, which is interesting. I think of the 3, counterfeit is the one that's least appealing to me, but it's certainly fine, like I said. So yeah, there's a lot of sheepdog stuff you can do. For sure. I guess the idea is to do market square. In which case, I guess N.A. Smith is thinking the knight attack maybe gets... I mean, at the start, of course, the knight can just whiff anyway, and it's not like Anna's the only trashing. But I do like the estate trashing. Unless the counterfeit is bottom decked, we're not hitting because he just had a $2 hand here. So maybe it'll be bottom decked. I do flip them into kind of a bad hand here. I could have... I think a market square sheepdog maybe? Don't know. Or just expedition something. that seems fine. What does this card do? That's pretty sad. Fortunately, I do get a gold here. I do have a really good chance of hitting the next thing, though probably I'll just flip to. Because there's going to be 1, 2, 3-ish cards. Probably. I also have a grave robber thing. Well, now there's more. I think the 9s are kind of pretty okay. So, like, you know, you don't have to do them. It's a very weird board. So I'll probably play Molly and then Mole this next hand. I'm trying to think what I want. It could easily be a sheepdog here. Though it could be another market square. So this is Molly Market Square, I guess 3 coppers. What do I want to buy on my next turn? Or what are my ideal like gains from the $3 hand with Anna? Just like trash a card. I mean, we may not draw Anna. That's also an issue, or potential issue. We can buy whatever if we do. They are losing money and they don't have, like, they've trashed a fair amount of coppers. They're they're getting close to the point where they're going to need to figure out a way to put economy back in, whether that's a grave robber or, you know, whatever it is. they need some sort of gaining. That was quite fortunate because they had, I mean, that was more unlikely to not hit than to have some kind of hit there, but so that was not too scary. I do need to get, so I'm gonna get both of them. It would have been killer if I had the other market square in hand too, instead of the gold. That would have been just lights out. And this is already pretty rough. Okay, he resigns. Yeah, I can no economy. The economy is gone. They can't even buy a 5. So that was really bad for them to leave the grave robber, though I don't particularly like what he was doing there. I don't really understand what it was totally. I kept thinking he would put in market squares, which would be sort of defense against the knights, and also he had the counterfeit, like it was a way to get money. Of course, I hit his salvagers, so that was really rough for him, but I still don't really get it. Maybe it was just me getting incredibly lucky. But I feel like if you open a trasher against knights, like, I mean, eventually you're building a deck that's gonna get hit by knights. That's just sort of the way it goes. Okay, so there's a very weak draw here, but you know, well, it's just a very weak draw. You probably are gonna do coven stuff. Just the points are valuable enough here. The building is kind of underwhelming. Whether you open an overlord, I don't know. And how much building you do, I don't know. Again, the draw is just so incredibly weak and expensive. And then the payload. There's stuff here. If you're playing as a bot, you could do it. You'd have plenty of time, but probably anyway. The bot might do okay getting silvers. And so I'm trying to think of silver versus fishing village here. To be honest, I'm not really seeing the value of fishing village in the opening. Oh, sorry. Because I can see it later on. I mean, I think it's reasonable to pick one up. But they get 4 plus that. Do I go ahead and do I mean, I know it's bad. It's like, do I do one overlord and then I guess I can do it next time though. So what am I gonna have? It depends. That's the answer to that question. Say no. Okay. Well, I just bomb decked everything, so that makes it look less appealing. Because I basically just took extra debt for no particular reason. We could take an engineer. I guess engineer is an option. I don't know if it's worth it, but I'm a bit jealous of the forum. So we could take an engineer, and those would basically just be useless. Okay, now I can buy a form, which is nice. The Squire is pretty bad, and I don't think I would have taken one on the opening. I think I would have gone just overload, only have one deck go into the shuffle, versus... Or you could have done whatever. You could have still done the... I guess you couldn't. You didn't have 5 then. I don't know that I would have taken the Squire, though. So maybe the form overlord thing's still reasonable. I don't understand the engineer. I mean, I guess I understand it. It's like, let's try to, I guess, get fishing villages so we can play our overlords as embassies. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Which isn't crazy, but... Hopefully he didn't find 2, but most likely he did. Hopefully he didn't find 3 is the real hope. That would be brutal. This will already be fairly rough, but I'm actually a bit surprised at fortresses versus... I'm okay with this. Kind of. I could be less okay. I'm pretty okay with the silver. Now it's just like a race for greening. You could take road network, honestly. Here would not be unreasonable. Not much of a fan of the stonemasons. So I don't really know what's left. I'm not hitting... Oh wait, yeah, I am. I mean, more power to him, I guess, if he can get totally cleaned up. I mean, that's not gonna happen, right? Totally cleaned up isn't gonna happen. But... I mean, there's like some point where I can do embassy. But now it's not that point. And I could try it here. It's not going to be like worse for me than not doing embassy. Well, there's another overlord down here. I can trigger a shuffle probably with the curses out of it. Fairly good chance of that. So this also makes this miss. I mean, I can trigger that anyway. I don't need to do the village effect necessarily. And I could try to do it right now. There's also kind of pile outs, weirdly enough. Oh, I don't have my curses yet. He's waiting to play them on me now. I got a little confused there. I just assumed they were already in the deck, but they just weren't. And that I had somehow miraculously shuffled all of them into the bottom. All 6 of them. That is not what happened. So he'll dump them before my shuffle. Well, he needs to anyway. So that probably should have been road network for me. I mean, gold is okay too, actually. Maybe he's gonna make this deck just work. It doesn't have to work that well either. It just has to run a little bit. I was a little surprised at the engineer for 2 fortresses rather than try and split the fishing villages, but you know, it's kind of a quibble. It's not a substantial difference, I don't think. Maybe they'll buy another overlord. JK. Yeah, I mean, they got sufficient filter in here to make it work. I don't know if I could do it. I feel like I had some weird money values and maybe I needed to be taking the deck cards when I had those $1 hands, but it was a little awkward. I was trying not to do the thing where you just like, you know, get 10 billion whatchamacallit, get a bunch of overlords and never buy anything else. But, you know, maybe that was the thing to do. They're definitely gonna finish trashing all the curses before the end of the game. Well, I say definitely, they probably will. They got this. I mean, they discard this Stone Mason, but they can draw it back. Is this just another squire? I assume they have enough to use the buys. It depends on what they discarded. Because once you take into account all that stuff, it's not necessarily huge hand size, but you know. So they didn't get They didn't trash a curse there, which isn't a huge deal, but they're building up more, which is interesting. That Overlord interesting to me. So they kind of had a duddy turn there. Okay, this should be a $5 hand. Unfortunately, the next hands are going to be really bad. Pretty bad. I wish there was a pile out that was like close. Because like, I mean, I can do the stonemasons relatively quickly. Kind of. That's a bit of a... I have to fortress Overlord though. I'm probably fine. So this hand will kick off. And the next one is really likely to. I guess the two banks. I don't really have like I don't have an option there. I mean, I have to buy the province. And then when they double here, then that'll be game. There's some like stopping hands. I just don't think they're very likely. They should be pretty hard for him to find though. You know, maybe. Maybe it happened. Seems very, very unlikely. It maybe stopped because it's in hand already. That seems totally possible. If they can do that, which they can apparently, they're better at bank counting than, well, I guess if you had both the banks, it's not that hard. So that was nice. I don't know that I could have done that with the 6 curses, but maybe. I mean, I would have to go back and think more about a few of the points where I was passing on $1 hands and think harder about what other stuff I could have done there. Because I don't feel like my shuffles were that bad. And so I did it, and then I lost the curse split. So maybe I was bottom decking overlords. I don't know. I didn't feel like, I mean, I know I did in the opening, but you know, that's how it goes. Probably I botched it, most likely thing. This is a pretty weird one. It's the draw and, I mean, there's not money-ish thing, so I guess you just build it, but it's kind of annoying to build. If you have the little 2-5, that's pretty nice here, I would say. I can buy Tracker. That classic hit. What do you even do here? It's like so bad. Treasury Open looks pretty nice actually to me. Courtier also. The 4s and 3s are so bad. They're awful. I mean, everything's kind of awful. And the problem really is that the money stuff, that there isn't money stuff to do either. I would take a treasury, I think, but I could live with Courtier. It's like a real problem here. Of nothing to do. My eyes are losing focus. That's always a good sign. Hey, glasses. I just bought a tracker because he's cool. Just tracking and tracking. Very good. Very good. I'm down. Look at me. Man, I'm lucky. I guess his state would have been a little nicer, but still, I mean. Maybe I should have done the storyteller. I can believe that. Put the storyteller on top.
I guess you're just trying to windfall. Probably put either a gold or another treasury on top here. My windfall issue is going to be Oasis, at least somewhat of an issue. What's actually going to happen is they're going to get hit Wind's Gift the time I have the draw. I mean, you can also not play it, potentially. I think you probably do a treasury. You could also just do a gold. Or a courtier, I suppose. But if your plan is to windfall, I think, I don't know, does Storyteller help you? Will you end up, I guess you probably got 7 this time, so you did get field. I guess you're okay probably still. Depending on what this last card is, you probably still hit 5. Maybe not even depending. Yeah, this is definitely the sad. You know, let's think positively. Maybe we'll hit C's Gift. You know, did you ever consider that? Well, okay. Fair enough. At least I got it out of the way, right? But what if I had gotten C's Gift? Can you imagine? Everyone would have lost their minds. Yeah, so he had enough money. He got forced here, but he had enough money anyway, so that didn't matter. I assume there's a windfall now. I mean, I would. Maybe you can wait a little bit longer, and I think I probably would. I think you top deck one of them. Yeah. I forget how this game works, but if I understand correctly, I may end up being a little bit short on everything here. Short on everything, that sounds great. I'm pretty confused. I just need 3 coppers pouch in my tracker. So I can play 3 coppers. This is the issue. If you don't see this Oasis first, then you can't. Oh, yeah, this is a problem. You have to see the Oasis beforehand. Well, you could draw C's Gift, I guess. That's your other trick. The Oasis can't be bottom decked either. That doesn't work at all. Okay. I didn't think of Wisp either. That's pretty funny. Wisp would have been a pretty funny failure mode. I wish that had happened on a turn I actually had it. That would have been awesome. I could just take a courtier and just, you know, live my life. Well, that wasn't so good for them. I don't know. Do you keep building? I don't know how much you build here. Buy a prince. You can prince your will-o-wisp. Look at all these multi-type cards I have. Can you believe it? Is there any tri-types? I don't believe that there are. Bunch of multi-types. Or double, specifically. Wee. Oh no. Boo. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm down. Oh, that's funny. Okay, should I get another storyteller? Does that help? It probably helps a little bit. That's pretty funny. When did they get a mining village? I suppose right previously. Seems like the time. That was me. I'm looking at the end of my turn to try and figure out what nasmith did. That did not work as a general purpose strategy. Look at me, I'm nasmith. I'm getting a gold and dollars. And I'm gonna draw them. I guess the dollars disappear if you do it in this order. So it's not earth-shattering. Or I mean, you kind of have to do it in this order. I mean, long story short, you can get the gold, but I don't know what else he has. I mean, he has a storyteller for sure, and then probably just junk. The tracker. Should I windfall? Guess it depends on how much money I have, actually. It's the Earth's gift. Gift of the Earth. They're gonna go like windfall storyteller or something. That seems, that seems like a thing you can do. If you ask me. Well, there are more. Pretty confused. So like I can't windfall and gain the gold. I can draw up a bunch of stuff. I mean, I can still. What do I have? There's another storyteller in here. So I only need to do $6. I think. Oh, and the wisp, son of a gun. Well, that's okay. Don't even have to play the storyteller. Take that. Could just get another gold here and just play it this way. What do I 4-7? I'm not gonna be able to top deck a storyteller. I mean, the problem here is they're gonna be able to do this storyteller thing. Like next turn, they're going to, I don't know, maybe empty the storytellers. Maybe just 2, but the only thing that can save me is like really incredibly weird draws for nasmith once the top deck storyteller gold stuff doesn't still happen, which seems like a huge stretch. So I have 7. I mean, I can put a gold on top with a storyteller, which is okay-ish. I actually have 8, don't I? No, I do have 7. Okay. Maybe we'll do it that way, though it seems pretty bad. What does Quest do? Who knows? The mining village is really nice to open up more courtier options for sure. For sure. I would have loved to have like 9, but like I expect you probably can get you could get 3 buys and afford Windfall Storyteller. I don't know if that's, what you do, but I think you probably empty the Storytellers. You can go Windfall Storyteller. You can green. I don't know why you would, but you could. And it would be okay. I mean, they just have a significantly better deck than me. I guess they stopped because maybe they already have a storyteller on the bottom. No Windfall, but could be province storyteller, province storyteller, whatever. They just go straight for the double province. I think that'll definitely work out for them. So even if I was inclined to complain, I'm not really in a position to. So we'll just say, good job double provincing. Very nice. Oh, we're going all the way back. We're going way back. We've changed our minds. Just one province. We're just going to play $8. We're just going to buy 1 province. We're not going to green too fast. Just want to play conservatively, just 1 province. He went back in time to make it secret that he had $19 and just revealed that he only had 16. No, of course he was using quests as such an unusable card. Because I don't really care about the Oasis stuff anymore. But I shouldn't complain about the Wisp. It's been fairly good to me. I wouldn't really be sporting. Alright, gonna take, I guess we just get another gold. We need to have $8, but I don't know what's in the bottom here. There's a pouch and 3 coppers. Okay. No, I trashed a copper. That was my problem. I was counting totally wrong at one point, wasn't I? Holy cow. Now I remember where I was doing that. That was just not true. What I was counting. Oh boy. Anyway. Okay, so there's a pouch, 2 coppers, and I guess another storyteller. Yep. Okay. Well, we're only getting 1 province anyway, so it's not. None of this is super important. None of this ordering is super important. Hey, nice. Okay. After nasmith doubles here, maybe triples, whatever they do. Someone's got to hack the reshuffle. Need someone to get inside the mainframe. Hack the reshuffle. It's my only chance. Do it for me. How many more goals? I don't know how many golds I have. There have been 13 golds gained though, so you know. How many did I have? 1, 2. This part's confusing. 3, 4. I really only had 4. That's pathetic. He has 9 golds. This is going to make the hacking a little bit harder. It's going to give you fewer stop cards to use. Surely you can just trash an estate. That's got to be pretty safe. Trash is a copper, right? They're not even gonna give. I mean, okay. So storyteller's on top with province, estates. It's that simple. Okay. I just got to do it, right? I mean, whatever it is, I don't know what it is in this context, but I got to do it. Well, it is take a province. I need to be in a position to double if he does. Basically, if all I can undo is take it. But I only need to take one, so maybe well, now the storytellers are played, I might as well play through. Top deck score, how much money do I have? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. Okay. There was no world where I could triple. Could have gotten 17, of course. But if they buy one province, I guess I can look. Well, no, I don't have buys. I only have 2. I could double duchy, but that's only putting me at 15. So that no, we just need to see if they whiff. Does Quest give a buy? Sure does not. We just see if they whiff. That does not look like a whiff to me. This is looking distinctly non-whiffed. Okay. Sort of whiffed, but not sufficiently whiffed. I mean, double duchy province was already not enough for me, so that they didn't really need the estate. I should have bought a noble brigand. Was I thinking? Answer, I wasn't. So, do I take the triple duchy? Doesn't really help me, but might as well fight on a little bit. No. Maybe I should have waited. Maybe there was a way to do this more intelligently. Probably. Well, we need to get this. Yikes. Okay. What are my last cards? Am I even gonna have triple duchy money? We need to draw the gold or not? From the courtier. What are the last cards? Honestly, I have no idea. Pouch. And the gold, okay. Ooh. I bet he just has it in hand. I bet it's no actions played. You just... Okay, he played an action. I'm wrong already. But now you just get the money and go. He's got a gold, or he's got whatever. He's got a gold in hand. At least. There was kind of a chance. When on his final reshuffle. Not like a great one, but not there. Not probably that turn, but the turn before. Because I didn't even see what my starting hand was, but there was a good chance I wasn't going to. I don't know what my starting hand was. I just have no idea. Okay, another storyteller, Lost Hearts. No terminal draw, but there is quite a bit of stuff here. I mean, you can do a storyteller horn thing for sure. I think the 5-2 is probably worse than the 3-4 here. I mean, you're definitely doing storyteller hop. A good buy Ratcatcher stamina. I think you just go ahead and take the spices. You'd even consider taking the horn, since you probably want to gain some little cards. There's somewhat a question of amulet versus mercenary versus how much rat catching as well. Actually, given that I mean, you could also try and try to rush provinces spices style. That would be sort of the most interesting thing you can do here, since hop is pretty bad at getting duchies. Depends a lot on how soon they collide the urchins. Be kind of funny though to play. It does depend pretty heavily on the mercenary stuff, because they can play it. Oh, they can play it pretty consistently. Let's not do that, even though I don't think it's completely insane. Probably sufficiently insane. I really was real close to doing it. Just clicking another spices and seeing where we went. Given that he didn't collide, we might have made it, but Naismith goes with Stampede, which seems totally reasonable. Just trying to get his activation. You can whiff activation though, which would be great. I'm going to assume it happened based on that. You can just stampede again, though. That's a little depressing. I mean, none of it was depressing to me. It was incredibly uplifting. So I hope N.A. Smith considers that perspective. Now I need to consider stampeding myself, probably. Oh, I didn't need that anyway. I didn't need the undo. Should we buy something else? Should we buy another supplies? Or another rat catcher or something? I'm gonna say not worth. Whew. Still have another one. Probably worth it. I don't know how often we guarantee playing this one. Guess depends on how much we stampede. There's definitely a reshuffle where it's nice to have two. And then it sort of decreases in utility. We did not find... We did not find the spices. I'm thinking about just stampeding again here until we can find buy. Okay, they resign. All right, one more. We're getting out of here with at least a tie, but it would be nice to pick up another game and get back to 500 for this season. Though you can't be too unhappy with a tie against N.A. Smith in any case. Another lucky coin board. This one's got Silk Merchant. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm going to open Mask, probably Exorcist, but maybe Silk Merchant. Or maybe probably, but maybe swapped. Maybe the swap of that. What are you doing here eventually? There really isn't payload besides pirate ship or golds, you know. I mean, pirate ships will definitely hit. Whether they whether that's good enough here to make them worth going for, I'm not sure. There is salty earth, so the pirate ships don't necessarily get the long game to help themselves out. But if they hit your if they hit your just buys a gold, okay. If they hit your lucky coin, maybe that's a problem. There's some nice way of the rat stuff you can do. Okay, I'll get the plague is okay. Masquerade hiding is pretty bad. But what can you do? So I don't really, I mean, I guess they're just trying to, I don't really get the gold. So they're just salting, I guess. I mean, maybe it works. We'll find out. I probably need... What do I probably need? I probably need another masquerade. I don't know that the pirate ships will come online soon enough to help me out here. I don't know that anything will come online soon enough to help me out here. I'm getting the curse back. And if you draw the... Now the salting looks quite a bit easier. Could spend one coffer. This will be interesting, right? Probably not good. Well, okay. None of I do not find stuff. Won't be that interesting. I needed a pirate ship, but when am I going to do that? Is the issue. Now they like double salt, maybe. Okay, just single salt. All right. So at the end, I have to be able to buy 3 provinces to win. Oh my gosh. This is really bad. This is like an incredibly bad. Maybe the deck. Well, I did bottom deck the mask. Probably I can't make the thing work unless I trash at least 1 card on my first shuffle. And I should. I don't know. I guess I should be following so that at least I'm just putting pressure on him. Would make some sense. But yeah, like as it is, this is for sure not getting anywhere. I did that passing incorrectly. on top of other things. Even just like a double salt makes it like incredibly difficult for me to come back. Which I assume it will be eventually in range. Even if it's not, either you just buy province also is very, very good. This doesn't make any sense. Now I triple province and we tie. Nobody saw it coming. All I gotta do is have more money than this deck has. Easy peasy. Also, it's not like a little bit more money than this deck has. It's like a huge more amount of money than this deck has. I guess you can generate, if you had overdraw, you can generate money with the Silk Merchants, kind of. If you had a lot of overdraw. Like if I had another Cursed Village. Should I trash one of these? I guess one is pretty okay to do. Maybe not. What is double? That's not at all enough money. So the sellers are sort of overdrawn in that sense. The cost, there's some issues as well. Okay. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. I'm only $13 short. How? I should steal. Do I have enough? I do have enough to claim the moral victory. How bad of a hand does he possibly have? He passed me a silver, right? So it's like, it's gonna be able to salt at the very least. Well, I mean, it could be a bunch of provinces, I guess. Or it could be that. Now I gotta steal. Now I gotta take my chance to steal the moral. No, I can't even. Does this 1, 2, 3? How many does this drop to? Draw one card. Draw me that. Draw me a. Okay. I need $1. Don't pass me an estate. I need $1. Yes. Oh, I didn't actually need $1. Yes. Boom. Boom. Ooh. All right. Thank you everyone for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow if you want in the morning. Bye.